Hi curl friends, welcome back to my channel, Outrageous Curls, where we get the curls popping and we keep it popping. And look at my curls popping in a bun.
But I think you know, Dean.
And I hope your curls are popping too. So in today's video, I'll be sharing my #1 secret for a successful natural hair journey. And this secret is a positive mindset. I bet you're thinking, what? You would not have thought a positive mindset, but over the past few months, I've been thinking about this for a little while because I thought, when I've been looking through some pictures, I thought, wow, my natural hair journey has gone by so quickly. And it's because I've developed a positive mindset on this natural hair journey the second time around. The first time around, when I look back on it, it was so toxic, which is what I want to share with you guys, because it's so important to realize anything that you think is negative, toxic, that can affect your natural hair journey, and to find ways to remove that as soon as possible, because then your natural hair journey will be such a breeze, and like the journey itself, it'll be like, before you know it, a year's gone by, and then you'll see your hair going from here to here to here. It's just insane. I couldn't believe how quickly my hair has grown over the past 2 years because of how well I've cared for my hair, but also I've had that time to just develop a more positive mindset with my hair. So with mindset, you can get affected in 2 different ways, which is outer voice and inner voice. Inner voice, of course, is the worst because it's your self you're trying to defeat here, and we have that every single day, of that little tiny voice in the back of our head that will start saying stuff to us and we think, please shut the F up. But of course, it's something that you have to just try and conquer every single day. And then outer voices is other people saying stuff to you. So they'll say something that can have a negative effect on you. So like if someone says to me, oh, this jumper doesn't look that great on you, it will start to make me think like, actually, does it not look that good on me? And before I know it, this jumper will be in the wardrobe and won't be used for some time because of something someone says to you. And some people are strong enough to be able to just think, you know what, I don't care what you say. Other people, it can be an easier effect because they can take things so personally. I think at the end of the day, everyone takes things personally, but you have to learn how to build that wall to just think, you know what, I don't give a damn about what you say, because what you can say to me won't hurt me. And it's something we all have to learn to build over time. And I think it's something that comes over age, but not just age alone. I think experience. The more experience you have, then the better you can build that wall. I have learned to build that wall, I think, since I started working. Like, the workplace makes such a difference to how you can like handle things like conversations and situations. Like, the wall that I've built in that time is just like boom. And even like doing YouTube and Instagram, of just keep going as much as you can, and just like not to overthink stuff and like not reflect too much on the past, just focus on the present and then the next day before you know it. So before I keep on waffling, we are going to talk about mindset. So before I can talk about how to get to the positive mindset, it's important to reflect on the toxic and negative, because otherwise you don't know how. Because otherwise, if you don't see those and know how to remove them, you can't work on developing it on the positivity side. So outer voices is the side I'm going to focus on first, because inner voices might be a little bit longer, who knows. But for me, when I was younger, I did have a lot of positive outer voices. So my family was always one. They would always say how beautiful my natural hair is and how much they loved it and how pretty it was. My mum and dad and my nan were always the ones who would always say that to me, because they were the main ones who would take care of my hair. And they really took good care of my hair. I'll find some pictures here so you guys can see how my natural hair looked when I was younger. It was very healthy, it was thick, it was so good. My mum was amazing with my natural hair. The products she used, I would say questionable. No, that sounds so bad of me to say. She'll probably think that would be like hair. But I wouldn't use those products now on my natural hair, because the products that we've got now available to us are so good, and they provide more moisture to my hair compared to the products that my mum gave me before. They were, at the time, they were kind of the products that we were just able to get hold of, because during the 90s, hair products weren't that accessible. Like natural hair products weren't that accessible to us in the UK. It was very limited of like the products that we could get. And I think it was during that time as well where people weren't aware of like the harsh ingredients and like why certain products weren't giving us the moisture that we should have had at the time and the hydration we should have had for our natural hair. So it was kind of its time kind of product. And my mum used to make sure to wash my hair once a week, and she would always moisturize my hair every single day. She was really good at that. And was it every single day? I feel like it was every single day. You know when you start to think, actually, like you look back on something and think, was that possible? I think it was. Yeah, I think she did it nearly every single day, and she used to brush my hair every single day as well. And she was very thorough, to the point that I had tears coming down here, and my eyebrows were like here, and like if they moved, it would be like you wouldn't even see any movement whatsoever. But I have to say, she was really good at trying to make sure she got rid of all the knots, because my hair would get so knotty when I was younger, because I was that kid that would run around, roll on the floor, do all those kind of things that made my hair so knotty towards the end of the day. And sometimes my hair would become undone, which would get her a bit annoyed. Oh god. It's funny when you look back on things and think, actually, oh gosh, I was a little bit difficult. But she managed it really well, of taking care of my hair and making sure it looked good and really neat. And and yeah, they were really positive with my natural hair, and they made it not feel like it was a problem. It was when other people would take care of me and they would brush my hair and comb it, and they would say things like, oh, my hair's a problem, oh, it was very difficult, it was hard to manage, it was hard to style, and like things like that would make me start to think like, oh, is my hair a problem? Like, I shouldn't think that as a kid. Like, those kind of things shouldn't really be said to someone when they were younger, because it would start to make me think like, oh, didn't realise I'd cause this much problems with my hair. And there was a time that I asked a woman to cut my hair, because my mum would have someone come over to cut her hair, and we asked her like, oh, could you cut my hair? And at the time my hair was out in an afro, so she did look at it like, not sure where to start. She did it, but I could tell she found it a bit difficult to do. So like something like that kind of situation that made me start to think like, actually, is there a problem with my hair? So fast forward to primary school. During reception there was no issues, like no one would make a comment about my hair at all. It was when I was in year 1 I started to experience people coming up to me saying stuff like, oh, why does your hair look like that? Your hair looks funny. And they would say things like, also like, how comes your hair's never out? Like, you don't ever have it down like us, or you don't have it in a ponytail. And of course, as a kid, I'd be like, I don't know. I would say like things like, I would like to have it like this, and I'd ask my mum to have it like that. But of course, the problem with my hair was that if we did have it like that, my hair would get so knotty, and it would be a lot of hard work to detangle it the next day. So that was the reason why we would always try to make sure it was in plaits more than anything, because it was just an easier thing to ensure that my hair was managed and easier to detangle the next day and to redo my hair. So I would sometimes wish that my hair could be like other people and have it like really straight, and it would be easier to manage, because that's the way I saw it for people. Like, they would have their hair wet after going in the swimming pool, it was not an issue, whereas for me it was always a little bit difficult. My hair would feel so dry, whereas theirs wouldn't look dry at all. And other situations was boys would make fun of me more than anything, they were the ones who would always like bully me, name call. And one of the name calls that I would always get is spider head, because my mum would do this hairstyle. I used to love it so much. It was like 4 plaits on either side. So they would call me spider head because I had 8 plaits in total. So I had to, at some points I asked my mum if she could just change it to 4. So I wouldn't be made fun of for having more than 8 plaits in my hair. And even like something like that, when I look back on it, I think, why was I changing myself just to conform so that people wouldn't make fun of me? They were making fun of me because, you know what, I don't even know why. I don't even want to know why. But things like that, where people like to point out people who are odd or different or not like everyone else, I don't understand that concept still. Even, I'm one of those people that are so deep that I'll just sit there during the night like, why does this happen? But yeah, I wish I could go back to my younger self and think, you know what, screw them. You wear your hair with those 8 plaits because you know it looks cool, you know it's easy, you know it's nice. They can't have 4 plaits like you. They can't have 8 plaits on your hair like you. They're probably jealous because their hair's short. But yeah, so, and of course this would frustrate my mum because she would see how much they were getting to me and they were upsetting me, and that I was changing a bit more as a kid. That I think as a kid I was very confident and outgoing, especially in the house. I was super loud. I'm still loud now. Like you can hear me from across the street because my voice is so naturally loud. But at school I was different. I was quiet, I was shy, I wouldn't talk at all. I would do nearly everything I could to draw too much attention to myself. And I wish I never did that, because I probably could have gotten so much more out of my education if I was more confident. I didn't really care what other people thought, and I just tried and see what happens. And like situations like that, I shouldn't have to change. And that started to create my mindset of I need to change myself. But not only that, I need to change the way I look. So I started to wish for straighter hair. And even on like TV, majority of the time was always, whenever I saw a woman who looks like me, mixed race, or even like a black woman, she always had straight hair. So that would make me think like, gosh, I need to have straight hair then, because that's how their hair looks. So I used to pray to God every single night, wishing for, not wishing, demanding that he changes my hair from afro to straight. And I wanted it to be like beautiful, I'd say, and I would say like, I want to get rid of this ugly hair. And I never saw my hair as ugly until boys called it ugly. So those were the things that were said to me when I was younger. Those outer voices I always heard was ugly, it's a problem, my hair's difficult to manage, and it's hard. So those kind of negative words took a toll on me when I was younger. So that's what made me want to change my hair type completely. And I did get my wish from God. And we were blessed, my mum and I, with GHD straighteners from my neighbour. And I will admit, I do remember the feeling when we tried these out. I was so happy, and I loved how my hair just looked completely different, and I felt like for the first time that I was going to be like everyone else. And people did compliment me the next day of how it looked. And of course, naive me, I will admit I'm still very naive and very optimistic. It's a curse, I swear, and I think it's something that will never go away. I thought, if you just straighten your hair once, that's it. You don't need to do it again. I know. I don't even know why I thought that if I just straighten my hair once, it's good. Nope. If it rained, it got frizzy. If I went in the swimming pool, it got frizzy. Even if it was cold, it got frizzy. I was just like, what's going on here? So I was terrible with straightening my hair. So my mum used to take care of my hair up until I was 12, 13. I think that's the point when I started to take care of my hair. And we used relaxers as well to make sure my hair was just straight as possible and make it easier when it came to the straightening process, because it is hardcore to straighten natural hair like this with straighteners. So hard. Even last year when I straightened my hair, it might have looked easy. It was hard. Towards the end, my arms just wanted to give up. It is hard work. And whenever it rained or if it was cold, if I went swimming, I would do everything in my power to make sure my hair was straight. I was awful to the point that I actually damaged my hair because of how much I used to straighten it. I straightened it to the gods. It was so bad to the point that it looked like it was fried. It was disgusting. I really didn't care for my hair at all. As long as it was straight, that's all that mattered to me. I didn't care if it was moisturized, I didn't care if it was hydrated. I didn't even condition it. I did moisturize it, but I just wanted it to be straight like every other person. But it came at a huge cost to the point that I had a piece of hair like this here, but in the middle bit here, if that makes sense. So I lost like a huge chunk of hair at the back of my head because of how badly I was straightening my hair. And my hair got thinner and thinner and thinner as well. So my hair was really thick before, but it got really thin, it got shorter, and we didn't cut my hair either. And I was just changing myself to adapt to what people were expecting of me. And that's not right. Like, you shouldn't have to change yourself like that. And that's what I want to say more than anything. Don't change yourself just because of what people say to you. Like, they're probably saying those things because they're either jealous, they're afraid that you're different, and you stand out. So if you stand out, I think that's the best thing ever. Who wants to be like everyone else? There's no point. Like, what makes you... I think we all stand out. We're all special. But I think some people are so afraid to stand out and be different that they just want to hide into a shell, and they want to make everyone else feel like that as well. And that's why they say those things, those mean, horrible things as well. So, and they know it can affect you as well. Like, if they see any glimpse where they know they can say those things that can affect you in the future, they'll go for it. But you just got to try your best to show them that they can't hurt you, and what they say to you can't hurt you either, because if they're saying those horrible things to you, they're not a person who's a friend. They're not a person who you want in your life. Get rid of them. Anyone who starts saying negative, horrible things to you like that, just say bye. Don't care for you whatsoever. And you just move on forward. And before you know it, when you start surrounding yourself with the right people, with people who are positive, people who really love and care for you, you will just light up, blossom and change so much. And that's what's happened to me, like, over the years. And it's taken a while, like a long time to get there. But it will happen. The sooner you just get rid of those negative people who aren't worth it. So, with the outer voices, I think they all, once I stupidly conformed to what everyone expected with having straight hair, the outer voices actually stopped. And I think that was from aged 14. They finally stopped, that I didn't have those people being like, oh, it's hard, it's difficult. And then, and you know what, I didn't even have any internal voices during that period either. It was when I started to go natural, the inner voices kind of started.